Hello, my name is Austin Shadle, and welcome back to the Life Endurance Podcast, where we explore methods of unlocking your true potential in the greatest endurance race we all partake in, life. Today, let's talk about what I believe is another important factor in living a fulfilling life: consuming versus producing. This applies to all aspects of our life, both in a physical sense, such as consuming things like foods, drinks, other substances, but also applies to our mind and what we are consuming mentally. Most of us likely spend most of our time consuming, and today I want to challenge that. I want you to see that spending more time producing leads to a more fulfilling life. Let's consider what it means when we are consuming. Physically, we think about different foods, drinks, other substances that give us some form of pleasure, or at least the illusion of being more comfortable. Yes, there are times for this in our life. A tasty meal can be enjoyable and fulfilling, especially with friends and family. Sometimes you need that caffeine boost. But I would argue a vast majority of our physical consumption is unnecessary and only provides a brief, hollow sense of fulfillment. Overindulgent foods and alcohol may feel great in the moment, but what does that experience truly create? The time after leaves you feeling worse and probably with a sense of regret or wishing to go back to that brief feeling of fulfillment. And now for the side I think we rarely consider: what we consume mentally. The world we live in today has unlimited and instant access to any form of content you could dream of. As humans, we've created things that evolve faster than us. We are still wired to seek the path of least resistance and easy abundance, because not long ago, we had to fight and work for every basic need. And again, when eating indulgent food or consuming, we can receive unlimited amounts of quick and surface level enjoyment. Easy distraction after easy distraction from real life. What I'm getting at is, while there is a necessity and need for us to be in a state of consumption to stay alive and keep a level of balance in life, we spend most of our time consuming without necessity. And this consumption is no more than a brief distraction and sense of enjoyment. These do not lead to a truly fulfilling life. They simply lead you to wanting more distractions and tricking yourself into thinking you're living a fulfilling life. But if you are at all someone who strives to be a high achiever and knows what true fulfillment feels like, you know that producing rather than consuming is the actual path to fulfillment. Consider your passions and what matters most in your life. Yes, there are already endless amounts of content about it online. You could probably spend the rest of your life watching someone else do it and learning about it. But again, that only creates a brief sense of fulfillment. The true sense of fulfillment and happiness is when you go and do it yourself, when you finally create something and take action on what you care about. This is what creates the results in life you want. Creating and producing rather than consuming. This is what will build the resources you want to be able to provide for your family. This is what will get you your dream job. This is what will lead you to finish that race you've always wanted to do. This is what will make the changes you need to achieve your health goals, a physique you feel comfortable and confident in, a strong body and system that doesn't hold you back in life. Producing gives you the things that truly leave you fulfilled and feeling good about how you live your life. So per usual, I'll leave you with a request to audit yourself. Take inventory for a few days on how much time you spend consuming versus producing. Check on that phone screen time. Count how many hours of shows and movies you've watched. Record how much food you've eaten that isn't necessary for your health. Be extremely critical of this. Even if you find you spend more time consuming than you would like, view this as an opportunity rather than a problem. Get excited about how much time you actually have to be creative and produce what actually leads you to a fulfilling life. That wraps up today's episode, and I appreciate you for spending time and listening. If you find value in the show, please subscribe and take a brief moment to share your favorite episode. The support would mean the world to me. And give me a follow on Instagram at endurancebeast to get to know me more. And if you want to support the podcast as well as yourself, check out my affiliate links in the link below. As always, I look forward to sharing the next episode.